I'm evil.
Yes, do you agree with that?
Probably not.
You don't believe you're evil.
No, I don't think I'm that. I don't think that I'm
So,
evil.
so do you agree that you bow down to tyrants?
Do I bow down to tyrants? No,
You kiss the ring of the United States government. Is that correct?
I don't think that the United States is tyrannical.
Okay. Uh, so do you agree with arresting Republicans? Is that an act? Would you say that's to arrest your political rival? Would you say that that's a tyrannical act?
If they broke the law, then sure.
No,
If they
no,
didn't break
no,
the
no.
law,
The
then no.
government's breaking the law every day. The law, you moron. It was once illegal to you're aware, and once in history, it was illegal to free the slaves. Correct? Are you aware of that?
Yes, yes. I'm not saying that.
The the law. The U.S. government's not following the law. Biden's not following the law. The law says you've got to
Can you give
listen
me
to
an
the
example
people.
of Biden not following the law? Then
Yeah, when he lets in millions of people from Guatemala and Honduras and other places, when he allows them to come in, he doesn't secure the border. That's illegal. That's a crime. But that's
well,
just one of many.
how about what? Do you know about like anything, any policy that's been proposed, maybe about the southern border?
Do you admit that you are responsible for Laken Riley's death? He couldn't even say the name right. He's senile. He's aging out. You are responsible for people dying, Sonzel. Do you accept that?
I'm going to ask you the same question again. Do you know about any policy that might have been proposed by the Biden administration about the border?
Yeah, they said they were going to do more immigration judges. Biden is a joke. He is a very sad person in many ways.
So why didn't
But
the immigration bill? By the way, the immigration bill is way more heavily on the conservative side than the liberal side of things.
what about remain in Mexico? They said
Hey, guess what?
somebody
That bill that they wanted to pass, that Biden endorsed, that the Democrats and the Republicans of the Senate made in the Senate and put down to the House. Guess what?
oh,
Remain in Mexico was in that bill.
okay, I'd listen. Quite frankly, I didn't read that whole bill, but from my
I didn't read the
understanding,
whole bill either. I know what the major points in it were.
okay, I understand a little power grab by the government, nothing more. Just give us more judges, give us more whatever. These partisan
Well, it was
prosecutors,
give
these
us more.
politicized
Hold on, wait. I
judges.
was just gonna help you out. It was
No,
give us more
Sonzel.
border security, right? More border security agents. Reduce the amount of time that someone can claim asylum, which is something that would greatly reduce the amount of people coming in. It was, yes, more judges so that they could speed up getting through all these people to see if they have legitimate
No,
asylum claims.
we don't need judges. They need to be
That's
deported.
literally what that is what the conservatives have been asking for 20 years.
Oh, I don't think. Well, then why did they decline the bill over the judges issue? The judges don't
Because
do
Trump
anything.
told them to.
No, okay, dude.
They
Let's be real.
literally
I
said
think that
this. They literally said that. Trump literally said it, I believe, on live television.
the judges are nothing more than some more government power and jobs. You need to
The
kick the
judges are
illegals
the
out
ones.
immediately. They should not be coming. Biden said, come in" when he became president. We've got a surge
You
of the
have a
likes of
clip
which
of
no one has ever
Biden
seen.
saying, do you have a clip of Biden saying, hey, illegal immigrants, it's ollie ollie oxen free now. You can come on in.
He calls them newcomers. I think that is no. He obviously hasn't said that exactly, but yes, he's
Oh,
obviously
okay. So,
extremely weak on it. Now, Sonzel.
except for the very strong conservative leaning bill that he endorsed that the Republicans didn't want to pass because Trump wants
That
to
was
run on immigration.
you think that just Trump wants to create this disaster at the border? Are you seriously that insane?
Until he gets elected again. That's what the entire point
No.
was. They did not want Biden to have any policy wins during an election year, and they didn't want the situation at the border to calm down because they can continue to run on that. This is
The bill is so bad.
This is the explicitly stated reason why Trump told them to not even bring that bill to the floor. But
So
I mean, that might,
Sonzel,
yeah.
why did they pass a good bill? I mean, why is the bill is not good enough? It
It
doesn't do
passed
what
the
it's
Senate.
supposed to do. Okay, listen, I don't want to talk about
How do
this
you
bill because I
know?
haven't
Wait,
read it
how do you?
exactly.
Okay, so
It did
can
not.
we
It was
admit
a
really quick? Can we admit really quick that you have a very, very strong feeling about the whole situation at the border, but you don't even know what steps have been taken or attempted to be taken by the
no. I
Democrats?
know the bill was a fraud. Okay, and no matter
But you
what
don't
they
know
say,
anything
there's
about the bill.
okay. Well, I haven't read it specifically, but I do know about it added more judges. I mean, I know a little bit about
That's
it.
one of the like litany of things that it added to border security, right? Oh, by the way, it also added funding for, guess what? Some more fencing. It also added more funding for, guess what? More border security agents to patrol over there. It also shortened the amount of time that someone can stay in the United States while claiming asylum from like 10 years to 6 months. So
Okay, well, they shouldn't be coming in at all. I mean, they need to be. They don't need more judges. They don't need anything like that. I mean, they need to
do you
be.
think that if we can't completely get rid of a problem that we're failing?
No, we can get rid of it completely. They just won't do it because they're criminals and they want the power and control.
Can, is there a
Do you,
single law ever?
you seriously don't think, dude, if the people coming across the border were voting Republican, the border would be closed almost immediately, instantly. There'd be no question. I mean,
Well,
there
they're
would
not
be no
voting for
hope over
Democrats
that.
either because they don't have citizenship.
No, but even Elon Musk has explained on Twitter in the last short little while that it benefits them through the delegates they get in their states. I'm pretty sure something along those lines.
Yeah,
They
and
are
so
get
do you
they get
know what
tremendous
party?
benefits.
Do you know what
The
party that
government's
benefits? It
uh
benefits Texas. It benefits
no,
Arizona. Yes, Texas. Guess what? I don't know if you've looked at a map recently, but Texas actually borders Mexico and is one of the longest borders that we have with any country anywhere in the entire world. The only longer border that we have is with Canada, and that's across
and
many
God
states.
only knows. You just claim they're not voting. You don't know that. But I mean,
No, we
anyways,
do know
they
that
come and
because
suck up
there's been
everything we've got.
we
We
do know that they're
can't.
not
We
voting because they don't have the ability to vote. They don't
Salzo,
have
aren't they
the
getting
ability to
gift
get
cards and other
registered.
things? Aren't they getting? They're getting gift cards. They're getting benefits. They're getting everything. They're getting health care. They're getting $5,000 gift cards, aren't they? The gift
Uh, I
cards.
I think that there are gift cards. I don't know what the amount
They
is.
get the hotels. They get hotel vouchers and everything,
Are
food,
those
everything paid
is that
for.
all
Salzo,
government funded?
why is our government doing this to
Is
us?
that the government funding of those
You support
Visa gift
power
cards?
mad. I don't know. Can't say who's funding. I think it is taxpayer funded. Yeah.
Non-government organizations are the ones that
Salzo.
are giving those out, I believe.
I'd have to look about the gift card specifically, the
Yeah, I'm
tax break.
saying
Maybe
that with
those get
only like
tax breaks
medium
or something.
confidence, but I'm like
But
fairly certain.
okay, so the government brings them here, and then it's just non-government. It's just other organizations that do the funding, right? I mean, I'm pretty
I mean,
sure that you can
I'm
obviously
sure the
find.
government probably does do some amount of funding for people that are coming over here because of the simple fact that there are now a lot of people over here, and I think it would make us look really bad if a bunch of people were coming into our country and then starving to death in camps while we process them and send them back. So
Well,
yeah, we
no,
probably
there's
do
no
feed them.
processing. There's no processing. They just don't come. They just don't come. I mean, they could deal with it. Obviously,
Can
they
you
choose
name
not
a
to do it. You
single
agree?
issue?
You
Can you
agree?
name a single law that never gets broken
No,
because
there's
there's a
not
law
one.
in place?
There's not one. But
Okay.
like,
So
there's
you don't so by that logic, even if we were to say we are no longer accepting any asylum seekers, which by the way is against international law, which we can't break,
yes, we can. Yes, we can.
we
Yes, we can.
actually cannot
What
because
says who?
of
Why can't we? What's so magical about this international law we can't
because we
break it?
have like trade agreements that are contingent on certain
Who
things.
cares? Fuck those people.
I thought that conservatives really care about the economy and making sure that people were able to like put food on the table for their children.
No, we prefer to secure border first and foremost.
Okay, so if children starve to death, that's okay as long as no more immigrants come in.
Well, you can have some, but it's got to be heavily reduced. But
Oh, okay. So
I
we're
don't
talking
think
about
I
reducing
don't
the
think that's not
number.
gonna.
Okay, that's fair because I
What about
also
the
agree with
children
that.
starving to death because what about the children starving to death because the illegals are sucking up taxpayer money and every other resource we've got? What
How
about
many
those
children?
children?
How many children in the United States are starving to death every year?
Sonzel, I mean, I'm just asking you the same question you asked me in reverse. Do you agree? Who do you think? Let me ask this. Let's
No,
change
because
the
I don't.
topic here.
You're asking a question, but I don't agree with the premise because people
Do you-
aren't starving to death in the United States. Even our homeless people are obese as.
so then I'll disagree with the premise of the question you asked me about people starving to death. Listen, do you agree that Laken Riley?
What?
Do you agree that you helped killed her? You helped to kill her, Laken Riley. Do you agree? Yes or no? You helped to
No.
kill her. No, you're saying no. Now let me ask you. Let me ask you this. In this, did you hear today about this Jennifer and James Crumbley? They were sentenced. Their parents. The parents got charged. For Ethan's crime, for their son's crime, the parents got charged. Why aren't they
Oh wait,
charging all
hold
the
on. Is
parents
this
in Chicago?
Is this the Michigan school shooter guy?
Yeah. So people can be found responsible for the actions of other people. So I
That are
believe
their
that
direct wards?
I believe you should be held responsible for Laken Riley's death. I believe that you should be.
Okay, so the difference between me and the parents of this kid are, so one, the parents knew that something mental was going on, but they refused to do anything about it despite multiple people at the school.
No,
And multiple,
they didn't know that he was going to shoot anybody, dude.
there
That
were
is a whole
so many
that whole
warning
thing is
signs.
so illegal by the government. That whole thing, this whole thing about these parents is these are politicized prosecutors. Have
Do
you
you know
listened to this
why?
Karen
Okay,
McDonald lady?
do
She
you
is a
know what the
criminal.
facts of the case are?
Uh, uh, yeah, I know a little bit about the details. I
Did you
can't
know
name
that
them
he like
specifically.
told them that he feels like he's going to hurt somebody and that he wanted like psychiatric help?
That doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean anything, dude.
He told
It doesn't mean he's gonna.
hold on, you're right. That's not necessarily mean that he's actually going to hurt someone. Did you know that after he told them that, they then purchased the handgun that he would use in the mass shooting for him, and then every time that he got in trouble related to that firearm, they were like, "Ha, well, I mean, like, just don't look up the ammunition
Yeah,
at
because they
school and
had
get
no
caught."
idea he was. Because they don't think it's such a. It's not really a big
They
deal
were
unless you.
negligent parents who
No,
didn't
man.
give a about their kid
So
when their
are
kid
the
was
black
when their
kids
kid
in the gangs? Hey, are the black kids in the gangs that shoot other black kids? Are they responsible in Chicago? Can we go arrest all
if
those parents?
you know what, I
No,
agree with you.
yes or no?
Yes, if the parents
Okay.
know to the same extent that those people knew what their kid was having like mental issues.
They didn't. They didn't know. Yeah, did they know they're
There was
ganging and they know they're
so
low
yes,
IQ? They're
they
in
do
gangs and they're
know
low IQ.
they did know that their kid was having psychiatric issues because he was saying that he was hearing voices and that there were demons in his house, right?
That doesn't
That he
mean
was
that you're
having
gonna go shoot somebody, dude. That
no,
doesn't
but it
mean
means that
necessarily anything.
and then he said, I feel like I'm going to hurt someone. I would like to get some sort of like psychiatric help. And then his parents still didn't do anything. Then the school said, hey, we think that this kid is a risk for doing something really bad. And they still didn't do anything. The day of, they get called into the principal's office.
So should the school be held accountable?
What else is the school supposed to do?
I don't know. Do something. They could have
They did
checked
everything
his
that
bag for a gun or something. And from my understanding,
everything that they were legally allowed to do. Do we want the schools like are conservatives now going to be taking the line that schools should be, like heavily regulating every aspect of a kid's life and that like, given that the past 5-6 years have been about like oh, okay. So they informed the parents multiple times that this kid was having some sort of like psychiatric issues, that they were worried about the kid, that, there were all these different markers that something bad was going to happen, right? That he had been looking up ammunition at school, that he had been drawing pictures and writing out
notes. You're going to go
notes.
shoot somebody, dude. Just because you look up ammunition doesn't mean you're going to go shoot somebody.
What about all the other things and then put all those things together at the same time? Let me ask you this. If you had a kid, let's assume that like in some alternate universe, there's some woman that would want to fuck you, right? And you have a kid with this woman, and that child, the teachers are telling you there's some sort of psychiatric issue going on. The kid is hearing voices at home and says that there's a demon living in his closet, and this is well past like the age where they should be imagining monsters places, right? This is a high schooler, right? At what point, how many warning signs, how many red flags would you say would it require you to maybe take the kid to a therapist?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm not the parents. I can't say exactly what happened, but I can say almost certainly this is what I can say, and this is what upsets me is that I honest to God believe these parents had no idea that their son was really going to do
Despite all
this.
evidence to the contrary.
No, there is no evidence, dude. Just because going and actually shooting somebody for real is like a much different thing than like like looking at, dude. There's no real or saying you hear voices or something.
What point are the parents supposed to feel some amount of concern for their kids?
I think further down the line than that.
Then saying that they're feeling like they're going to hurt someone, that they're hearing voices. They're hearing voices. I'm pretty sure the things that they like that the teachers handed over to the parents, like the assignments, were like pictures of him killing people. Right? Like there were things where he was saying that he wants to be a school shooter or something like that.
Okay, I don't know if that's, I don't see that. I don't know if that's really true or not. He said he wanted to be a school shooter.
I think that that's the case. I might be mixing that one detail up with someone else, but let's toss that one out. Everything else here, there's red flag after red flag after red flag. At a certain point, you call foul and you take them to the psychiatrist, right?
It's not.
Can you name one action that the parents took? Can you name one action that the parents took to care for their child?
Are they going to take the black kids in gangs to psychiatrists with low IQ? Are they going to take them to psychiatrists?
I would support the same thing for a kid that was in a gang that killed another guy. If the parents knew every single detail, provably knew every single detail that their kid was being involved in gang activity, that they bought them the handgun, that they were telling them how to hide. Yes, they bought the 16-year-old the handgun. The 16-year-old cannot purchase a handgun himself.
I don't think he was 16. He was younger than that, I think.
Oh, was he younger than that?
I think
that's even crazier. No, I don't think he was 13. He was either like 14 to 16. He was
young as hell.
I mean, whatever the age is.
Well, but okay.
I look at that story and I see like parental neglect.
No, no, it's not a neglect. I look at that story and see parents that had no idea that it was going to do something like that, and now the government's
despite all of the text messages that they hold on in evidence. I just want I want you to admit that you didn't know about all of the text messages between the mother and the son, about all of the correspondence between the school and the parents, about the kid telling his parents. You didn't know about any of the actual like documented evidence, not hearsay, not like, oh, did you know about this? Yes, it was, you knew about this because we have the actual verified text messages from your phone that you handed over to us that showed that you knew that the kid was looking up ammunition at school, that he was talking about being violent.
That doesn't mean anything, dude. That does not mean anything. Do you agree with? How does that mean something? How can you then
okay, you know what? You're right. Let me ask you this then. What would make you concerned that someone is going to shoot up a school?
That's a good question. I don't know. People talking about doing specifically something like that, maybe would be like, or somebody making the statement.
The voices are telling me to hurt people.
Well, that doesn't mean go shoot people necessarily.
Oh, okay. You know what? How about let's do it like this? What was this kid's name again?
It was Ethan Crumbley, but we don't need to go over the facts of the case. Let me just say, this is what I was going to say. So you agree with holding entire families accountable for the crime of one person? Are you aware
only the ones that were absolutely aware?
No. You won't even let me finish, dude.
Sorry, I was answering your question. Go ahead.
So yeah, because, well, it's going to be kind of longer than that, but so you agree with holding entire families accountable for the crime of one person. Are you aware in other countries that they do that in other countries? In North Korea, they do that. In North Korea is a very, some would say, tyrannical country. They live under tyranny. And like I said, you are a tyrant. So it doesn't surprise me that you agree with this.
Am I allowed to answer now?
It's no, well, it's just very sad, Sansa.
So I don't believe in doing the entire family and convicting
Why not
all
hold the
of them.
dog? What about the family dog? Should he be put down,
probably the people that are directly responsible for the welfare of the child, and if they took no like reasonable steps to like keep their kid from doing something violent, and in fact,
they didn't know he was gonna do it, man. How are they supposed to know?
When you texted Ethan, don't do it.
Yeah, that was after, dude. But you don't have
Oh,
to
it was
go over
actually
all the
during.
cases. Okay, maybe it was during. Okay. Because she heard about maybe on the news, or I don't know. I don't remember exactly what sparked that, but dude, she obviously had no idea. If they really thought, there's only two types of shooting white people do. Only two types. One is younger white males doing school shootings, and then the other type is in war. In war. Those are the only shootings white people ever do.
Well, I mean,
Now,
there's the school shootings, and then there's like the mass shootings at Walmart.
White people are held to such a higher standard because the government hates them. Sonzel, do you hate yourself?
Do you think that the government holds people who go on murderous rampages to too high of a standard, and that maybe they should be a little bit lenient on them for taking the lives of multiple people?
Don't let them distract you. Holding the parents accountable when they had knowledge of the crime beforehand.
Yeah, exactly.
They had no knowledge, dude. They didn't know. You really believe, Sonzel? I don't know. Maybe you should look into the case, man. But yeah, what about we need to go imprison a lot of parents in Chicago? A lot of Democratic parents are going to need to be
if they have as much knowledge as these parents, then I'm 100% in support of it. Yes.
Okay, well, these parents basically did not have a lot of knowledge, so
they actually did. That's the reason why both of the parents. The reason
over the government.
Actually, it's not. It was out of the government's. This decision was out of the government's hands because it was a jury of 12 of their peers who voted unanimously.
Okay, but you're aware that this is no, man. That Karen McDonald prosecutor is a government shill, man. The government.
If the government didn't make a good enough case for the charges that they put up, do you think that?
No, dude.
Do you think that the jurors
real
were forced?
Prosecutors or judges? They're not real prosecutors or judges, man. They're politicized to hell.
I'm going to ask you again. Did the jury find them guilty, or did the judge find them guilty?
I don't. Were they? Was there even a jury for the parents?
Yes, it's a criminal case. There was a jury for both of the parents. Earlier Thursday, the jury heard excerpts from Ethan Crumbley's journals, in which he wrote, "My parents won't listen to me about help or a therapist." He expresses desire to shoot up. Hold on. He expresses desire to shoot up his school and said he was going to get a 9mm pistol, which his parents would help the then 15-year-old buy days before shooting, or days before the shooting.
Was that in the case of the parents?
This was shown in the case of the parents. That
there was different cases, right?
There was the criminal case against him for murdering those people. Then there was the criminal case against the parents for negligent homicide. Give me a SDA. You argue with this guy for a second. I have to take a call.
There were 3 different cases. Each of the parents were tried individually, and the minor was also tried, which we don't have a lot of information on.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Well, the whole point simply is that this is a power grab by the government. They literally are doing this because this is white people. They never have prosecuted any parents for any gang-related crimes in Chicago or anywhere else. Okay, so I think it's time, but it's obviously not. It's 2 tiers of justice entirely in the government. There is no justice. The judges are far left. The prosecutors are far left. And Sonzel, this fat Uber Eats ordering shills for tyranny, shills for the government, because he is not able to do very much on his own. He's not able to think very hard on his own. He's not able to achieve very much. He needs to bow down to the leaders. He thinks that that's moral. He bows down to Kim Jong-un. Biden is his god. An 80-year-old man is his god. He sicks it on the innocent people that want to live their life free of people like him, free of crazy tyrant, fatso, mental case losers.
I think he's more just focused on the fact that a jury of 12 people found that there was not enough evidence to dispel the notion that the parents were responsible in this case.
The burden is on the state to prove that they were. I don't even know what they actually charged him with. I was trying to figure that out earlier.
Yes, the state is faced with an incredible burden. The state is faced with things like beyond a reasonable doubt.
Really, we need to see how the jury voted. That's what we really need to see.
It was a unanimous conviction.
No.
It was unanimous. It has to be unanimous.
In the election, we need to see how they voted.
We're not talking about election.
Yeah, well, that's what I want to motherfucker. I want to talk about how are they
Well,
Democrats
So
or
should
what?
juries? So should juries only?
Hold on. Wait, Sansel. Sorry.
I'll let you guys argue. I
Pac-Man?
just need to let you know. I have
Pac-Man.
to end stream in like 5 minutes.
That's okay. Hold on, just 1 second. Pac-Man, how would you go about figuring out who they voted for?
I don't know.
Would you
the government can
use
figure it
the
out
government? You want to use the government to force people to reveal who they voted for, something that is legally protected.
No,
That's what it sounds like. You say that you need to know exactly who these jurors voted for.
No, I would have
You want
people
the
go
government
in
to
and
do
take
that?
a look at who they voted for.
How do they do that? Voting is anonymous. Are they going to torture them and ask them?
No, I'm not sure. Do they save ballots or can they find a way or something? I mean, how are they
Nope,
registered?
all ballots are destroyed.
You could find what they support some way, I'm sure. All the companies have all sorts of data
They
on
do
everybody.
that. They already do that. That's a part
I'm
of
just
the
letting
whole
them go at
jury
it for the
picking
last 5
process.
minutes.
They ask them about who they support and who they voted for and blah 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 blah. What are your beliefs? Have you ever been to it? Like, have you ever been a part of jury selection? Are you old enough to qualify for that?
And so, who was the people?
Okay, Sansel, you can take over now. I'm gonna go back to playing Minecraft.
Love you, buddy. Okay, bye. Hey, listen, I love you. I'm going to send you a video that gives you the full details of the case.
There's no details. You are a criminal, man. You are a criminal. Sansel?
Take me to court.
What side is
Report
more
me to the
honorable?
FBI right now.
What side is more honorable? Those shilling for the government and doing whatever they say, or those resisting the government and actually standing up for what's right? Because you don't do that.
It depends on what you think is right. And I think that basically every single part of your like moral philosophy is so morally bankrupt that I would rather go to Home Depot, grab myself, find myself in the rope aisle, get a nice length of rope and learn how to tie a noose. That's what I would rather do than live in a world as delusional as yours. But I'm going to send you a video. I have to go. I'm going to send you a video with all the details. I think about it way more than you do.
Searching, man.
I think about it so much that I actually am
criminal power mad psychos, dude.
I am actually so much more. I think about it so much more than you that I actually am. Like, you could think about it as like a competitive. Like, it's almost like I'm in ranked politics because I'm not only doing this streaming and talking about politics on a fairly regular basis, I'm also getting a degree in political science where I'm learning about all the different ideologies like yours, the ones. I'm going to send you a video.
Soul search. You need to go evaluate yourself. You need to go stop eating Uber Eats and be a man and don't bow down to these criminal tyrants. You need to figure out wwhat's right.
Talking about being a man, how tall are you?
You really don't think you're responsible for Lake and Riley's death?
What's your body count?
Hey, Sansel? Do you believe you are responsible for Lake and Riley's death?
I'm sorry, I was playing a soundboard over you. I have to go.
Remember when Guy Riviera killed Jonathan Diller? Are you responsible for that? I believe you are.
I don't know who any of those people are. I'm going to send you a video. I love you. All right?
Sansel,
take your
antipsychotics. What about Lake and
Riley? All right. Listen, I love you guys a lot. I genuinely have to go. It's been fun. I'm going to be streaming again, hopefully tomorrow. It's going to be early if I am streaming. I see 2 people live on Kick right now, so I'm going to raid you guys into Wick. So you guys have fun with that. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe to the YouTube or follow me on Kick. And, we have the memberships on YouTube. We have the subscriptions on Kick. If you guys want to, throw a couple of bucks my way, there are some nice little treats for you.
different emotes and different AI things that the editor can do for you. All right. I'm really bad at promoing. I love you guys very much.